Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the dopest camera reveal of all time? Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new stream concept tonight. Thank you guys for being here early. Sweet, Rem, Zooted, Nez, Bifox, Tyloo. I don't know who else is out there. Chat was scrolling. We were setting some stuff up. So Cuddle Blue was here early. Thank you guys.
Oh, hey. Hello. Hello.
Get that out of the way really quick. So yeah, so look, what we're gonna do tonight is try something completely brand new. Amy and I have always wanted to do some sort of podcast, whatever. So we thought we would attempt this live on stream with you guys here as a little bit of a support system. So we'll know if everybody leaves that we won't do it again next week. But if everybody hangs around, we'll be fine.
It might be a one and done.
It could very easily be a one and done. So look, the format real quick is we're going to have a couple topics to go over. We'd appreciate as we bring up topics and Amy and I are discussing them, you guys can chat away and chat and do it. We are going to record this podcast and actually throw it out onto the iTunes and the Stitchers and everything else of the world. So once we click go live, we won't be communicating back and forth to what you're saying in the chat. We might jump in and text chat you guys, but I just want to let you know that. So it's going to be a little bit different, but bear with us. This is the first time we've ever done such a thing. Our practice run through lasted about 3 minutes, so this is all off the cuff pretty much. So,
totally.
but we're here to have some fun tonight and see how it goes. The run time is approximately an hour. Maybe we won't get to it. Maybe we'll get a little over. But even once we're done with the podcast, we'd love for you to stick around for a few minutes and we'll chat it up with you guys. Anyway, so are you ready?
Are you ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Yeah. Cheers for sure.
Cheers. Good luck.
It's not the craziest thing we've ever done. It's up there.
It's close. It's a little weird. All right, hang on.
Good luck.
Good luck and Godspeed. All right, here we go. All right, so welcome to the first edition ever of Over the Hump with Skojo and Amy Beth. Glad you have you aboard. Look, the purpose of this show is to get you over the hump. What does over the hump mean? Traditionally, it's over the hump. You're going from Tuesday to Thursday. It's Wednesday. You're looking for the weekend. You're just trying to get to the end of the work week. You've had a rough go at it, and you want to steamroll into the weekend. It has many connotations. It could mean you've just studied your butt off for a test at university, and you've just taken the test, and now you're getting over the hump, and you're ready to chill out for a while and have a good time. So we're just here to try to talk about some topics, to entertain you, to take you away from a TV, to take you away from a gaming Twitch stream, from a book, whatever it is. Hang out with us and have some fun. So we appreciate you listening along. So anyway, the first thing we like to do is it's Wednesday. So every Wednesday means it's Wine Wednesday. So we're going to share what wines we're drinking tonight. Give a shout out to them. If they want to sponsor us, we'd love to have you. But anyway, Amy, what's in the glass tonight?
I had to look at it because I forgot. It is the Simple Life Pinot Noir from California. I just picked it up today. It's actually pretty good. It's a little tannic. It's a little bitier than I would like.
What's the rating? What's the rating out of 10?
I don't know. It got a 91 and some San Diego wine competition, so I picked it up.
What's the Amy rating?
Oh, what's the the Amy rating's probably like a 7. We'll go with a 7
out of 10. Awesome. Yeah, so we tried to pair it up, but because we live in different parts of the country, obviously we don't have the same distributors, so I could not join in that. So anyway, I've got Lyric. Why do we pick up Lyric? Because I was looking for Pinot Noir. I was trying to get the same one that Amy had. I couldn't find it, so I decided to go with one that had a great label. Never judge a book by its cover, right? But that's what we do with books and wine bottles all the time. Anyway, it's pretty tasty. Sure. Santa Barbara County. I would give it probably an 8. Maybe not worth the value, but it's pretty smooth and drinkable. So anyway, it's a good pairing for a Wednesday
night. How much was yours? How much did you pay for yours?
Mine was $19.99 US.
Oh, Sonorder's better.
How
Mine
much?
was $12.99.
$12.99. Yeah, but
Yeah, I
you were
went cheap.
you were probably closer to the manufacturing site or something. It got a little cheaper. No.
I
All
was just
right,
being
cool.
cheap.
All right, well, cheers. Let's get this thing started. Happy Wednesday.
Cheers. Oh, and this is my Boston glass. It shows all the whole streets and neighborhoods of Boston. So
Nice. I do not have anything that fancy.
my kids
I have
gave
a
them to
plain
me.
glass that shows nothing but
Maybe
tears and regret. No, I'm just kidding.
I think
All
you
right.
own a goblet. I'm pretty sure. But
I
we
do
won't talk
own a
about
Game
that.
of Thrones goblet. We'll get into that some other time. All right. Let's first thing we're going to do every single podcast is we're going to go over some wins and losses from the week or previous weeks that have been, because I think, look, as we look at what's going on in our lives, it's important to say, you know what, I took an L here and I'm moving on from it. And it's also important to look back, especially in these times, to what's something that's happened in the last week or so that's been a big win for you. So I encourage, as we discuss our wins and losses for the past week or so, think about your own and discuss it. And I think it's good to do. So let's kick it off. Let's go. I'm kicking it off to you. I'm putting you on the spot and putting you under the gun.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
your big? You want to start with losses or wins?
I guess we'll go with the losses
Let's
first.
go with the loss first.
You're both cooking related, so
Oh my gosh! All right. So
I know.
what's your loss of the week?
Oh, well, I mean, a few people know about this that might be in chat somewhat. But so yesterday, I had a huge multi cooking fail. So I was going to roast a whole chicken. And so I took the chicken and started to open the packaging. And I was like, oh, darn, I don't want to open it yet. I don't have my mise en place set, meaning my whole cooking stuff together. So I put the thing on the on the counter and I'm doing my thing, chopping my stuff up, and all of a sudden I hear what sounds like a water faucet. It was not a water faucet. It was all of the juice from the chicken running out onto my counter, down onto my
Oh no!
dishwasher,
Oh no!
making a puddle on the floor. And of course Otis is over there like probably getting salmonella licking it.
And Otis
My
is
cat is
your cat.
Otis.
There you go.
My cat, yeah. And then I was freaking out. So then I pick it up and I just take the whole chicken and like throw it into the sink. So now my whole sink's covered in chicken juice. And then I'm like freaking out. I'm trying to clean things up. I clean things up. And then I have to continue getting my thing ready. And I took this. So I dropped the onion and then the onion that I was chopping, and then it dropped into the chicken juice on the floor. So now I have a dirty floor onion with chicken juice on it. And then I went to go and I'm like, all right, I have to just get my head together. So I'm like trying to do all the things, like you put like the olive oil on it, and you put salt on the inside of the cavity, and you're supposed to put the garlic on the inside of the cavity. So I took all the garlic and I scooped it out and I put it into the inside of the cavity. And then I took the spoon that I just stuck inside the chicken cavity and then I stuck it back in the fresh jar of garlic. So now I had to throw away an entire jar of garlic. So, needless to say, that was a big L. so, so yeah, I Cloroxed for about an hour after that, but we're good. So far, I haven't had any issues. I'm not ill yet, so
That is a substantial L.
yeah, it was bad.
I
It
can
was
only imagine.
everywhere. Yeah, my kitchen's like contaminated. If you come over, you should probably like wear a hazmat suit or something.
Hazmat suit in the kitchen. Keep
Yeah,
yourself
bad.
from the salmonella from the chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
bad. So
I'll throw in my L for the week, and then I'll give you the W for the week. We'll go with the bad stuff, then the good stuff. So I had a double L. I had a real L, and then I had a real personal L. So I'm throwing 1.5 out there. The biggest loss for the week for me was a stupid internet. First time I've ever had internet issues, and of course, trying to stream was just a nightmare. It did not happen until last Wednesday night for the first time, and never had any issues before, so I passed it off on Wednesday night as, you know what, it's just something funky with the internet. It happens all the time, whatever. Thursday night, get the same thing happening, and it was a mess. And I'm not going to go into the whole story because it'll take up the whole hour of the show. But the short story is tried to communicate with Xfinity, and of course got horrible service with Xfinity. Even tried to get somebody out to check the line on Monday. They told me they were coming out. They never came out. I got a brand new modem. I upgraded everything. I got a brand new plan, and just nothing. So it was a very frustrating week. Luckily, was still able to get some streams in, try to tweak some modifications, whatever. In the middle of all that, I was doing reboots. Windows snuck in its 2004 update on me. So it showed when I rebooted one time, it automatically started a Windows update, which then, if you know anything about that, you go black screen because it doesn't work with NVIDIA drivers. So my PC didn't work, my internet didn't work. I'm trying to stream, so that was a mess. But as mad as I was about that, and as big of a loss as that was, is Sunday. I had set up an epic in my world, an epic Ghost of Tsushima video game. I was gonna have some sake with it, and I was gonna have some sashimi with it, right? So what do you do if you don't plan? You fail, right? So I didn't plan it out. I figured, you know what? I got the best place in the world in Nashville. The best place in the world in Nashville to get sushi is a block away from where I'm at. I'm like, I'll just go over there, pick up some sushi for lunch. Bam, I'm gonna eat sushi. It's gonna be a great stream. I found out, about an hour and a half before, when I went ahead to go ahead and place the order, that it's not open on Sunday. So I said, let's go to option number 2. And then they weren't open on Sunday either. So now I'm scrolling DoorDash trying to find a freaking sushi restaurant that has a rating over 4.6 that's open at lunch on Sunday, and there are none of them. So the personal loss was I could not eat sashimi with my much hyped Tsushima sake Sunday.
I mean, you could have gone for the grocery store sushi.
I could have made a run to Publix, but I could not bear to go on stream with a plastic plate of, and you can tell that it's supermarket sushi. I mean, I gotta have pictures. So yeah, Tsushima is gonna be moved to a different night as a result. And believe me, that affected me harder than the internet.
It's funny though, because you were having, and I'm like, oh man, like you were talking about it, or just the name of the game, and I was like, yeah, I have to have sashimi now. So I'm like, I call up to order, and they're not open on Sunday either. So there's just something about. I did find one, my second choice, but yeah, I was like, what is it? Why are they not open on Sunday? I don't get it.
So lesson learned: if you want to do the alliteration, you got to do it on Saturday. Sunday just isn't cutting.
So it's Saturday, Tsushima, sake, and sashimi.
Yeah, that's what we're going to try this Saturday.
A mouthful.
All right.
Say that 10 times.
That was a loss. What was your win for the week? You were on vacation, I think.
I was on vacation last week, and I learned how to crab.
How to what?
So crab. Like you put the crab. You go and buy bait fish. It was bunker. I bought bunker, and you put the bunker inside the trap, and then you lower the trap down into the water, and then you wait. And every few hours, you look at it, and you get little guys in there, and they have to be a certain size. They have to be about like this big. And then the little ones, the traps are made so that if they're too young to be eaten, they scuttle away, they get out. So then once you get enough to cook, you haul it out of the water, and then you have to kill them, which was really not fun. Well, first you have to dump them into the basket and then shake them up, make sure they're all alive, because you don't want to eat a dead crab before it's time. Like it shouldn't be dead before you kill it. I don't know why, but it's just a thing. And then you have to boil the water, and then you pop them in there, which is so mean. And then one was like hanging on. It was like, and I was like, oh, get in there. You're going to make me feel bad. And then it's true. It was like, it would not let go of the basket. Anyway, I scuttled it in there and put the lid on it. And 20 minutes later, got some steamed crab. So I was a crab killer. It was a W for me, a big L for the crabs. It was really good.
In the crab podcast that's happening right now, they're devastated by this loss.
They hate me. Yeah. I did let one go, because then I did it like 3 times, and like the third time only one big guy was in there, and I was like, you know what, buddy? Today's your day, and I let him go.
Nice. So wait a minute. This was on vacation. So is this something that you look for in an Airbnb? Like, hey, I'm going to the shore. I need an Airbnb that has a crab basket bait trap thing, or did you go out and buy this?
No, it was there. I never knew how to do it. I just saw it there, and I was like, how do you do this? And so I asked and learned.
How did it
I was
trap
like, oh,
the crab?
crab trap. Yeah.
How did it trap?
It wasn't hard. It's like it's got a one-way thing, and they go in and they
Like a
eat the
doggy
bait,
door
and
that
it
doesn't let you out?
basically, yeah. But if they're small, they can get out because the it's big enough. The little exits are big enough for the for the babies. I didn't eat any babies, so
Not
yeah.
not not what
So
I thought would come as a result of a trip to the beach for the week.
yeah, yeah. They're called blue claws. They're really good, and you
Nice.
put Old Bay seasoning on them, and you just pick that on.
Now were they
My friend's from
substantially?
Maryland, so she came and we had them the second batch. She showed me how to expertly actually crack them, and you hammer, can't you have a little hammer,
Oh
and then
jeez.
you squeeze the little legs and like the meat because that's kind of gross, but yeah, it was
Wow.
tasty. So
Was it substantially better because you did it live and caught it fresh? Did you notice the difference, or no, it was still crab?
it was still crab. I don't think it was any better than getting fresh crab from somebody who else killed them first.
But it was easier than going to the store or to a restaurant and get them.
Yeah, it was cheaper.
That's
It
cheaper.
was free.
That's
So,
awesome. That's
and you
awesome.
know me,
That's
cheap
excellent.
wine.
What a win.
Yeah,
That's a great win
that
for
was
the
my
week.
W.
That's incredible. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, my win was less dramatic.
You didn't kill anything.
I didn't kill anything. I killed an internet stream a couple times, so that was about it. Um, no, my win it relates back to the whole streaming thing because that's pretty much all that I do now that we're all quarantined in our homes. But ironically, even though we didn't have any sashimi on Sunday, I tried something a little bit different, and I actually went to bed Saturday night and decided to actually get some sleep. So I got a few hours of sleep and said, you know what, I'm going to try a Sunday afternoon stream and then take a break and then try a Sunday evening, the GeoGuessr stream that you're a part of and a lot of the community's a part of. And it crazily enough turned out into, if you just combine the two streams, the second highest average viewers that I've had since I've started. And since I really things began to spike up at the end of July. So it was a big win to know that that many people will tune in on a
That's
Sunday.
awesome.
Yeah, and it's a a little trend in the upward direction as far as average viewers. And I don't stream because I'm looking to get a million people watching the stream. I would rather stream and talk to whoever wants to hang out and be here and have some fun.
Yeah,
But it was nice.
awesome.
It was nice to know that I kind of did something right in terms of average viewers, and it made me think about let's look at what we're doing and what we're doing on which nights and see if maybe shake some things up and see if that makes some changes too. Not that things were going bad, but it just gave me some positivity to know that, hey, I think we made a right move and it was a big win. So I was happy when that happened, especially after dealing with all the internet issues. It kind of was a good way to end a Sunday night.
Definitely needed. Was it just because of the Sunday or was it just a combination? Did it like kind of,
Yeah, I'll
was
tell
it
you,
the week?
it was a couple things. I think number one, I had one of the best streamers out there, Nez9, N3ZNINE, on
Yes.
Twitch TV. Yeah, he in my time zone on Sunday morning. He always streams on Sunday morning, and I was fortunate enough that he rated me with his viewers. Which, if you're listening out there and you don't know what that means everybody that was watching his stream, he actually had them come over to mine. And so I benefited from that a lot. So it was nice to gain some of that, and I thank him wholeheartedly for doing so. But even when that happens, you can quickly lose a lot of those viewers right away. And unfortunately, I held on to a lot of them. And I really think it was a combination of doing it at a time when people were available, and also streaming a game that might be in demand, but not one of the most popular games that's out there right now. It came out a little while ago, so it kind of got over the hump of all those people watching it when it first came out. So now you've got people that are kind of really into it, and it's actually my first attempt at like a story-driven first-person game. So that's exciting. So that's what I would chalk it up to.
Cool. Good. It was
Awesome.
fun. It was a good stream. It was a good
I
game.
appreciate it. The game is sensational. The hard thing for me now is I just want to play it, but I want to do
Yeah.
it on stream, so I want to do other stuff too. But
You want sashimi.
I want sashimi. I can't wait for Saturday night.
I just want the sake part. That's my favorite
The
part.
sake was outstanding. I have to tell you, it was good. And I realized I bought the sake on Saturday, and then suddenly realized I didn't have a sake set. So it was 100% Amazon Prime overnight. Sake set delivered at 9 o'clock in the
Oh
morning on
my
Sunday.
God.
That's how we do things. Last minute, cutting edge.
Is that the best use of Amazon? I don't know.
They tell you next day,
So
you're going to get next day. Hey, got to do what I got to do.
it was urgent.
All right, good. Hey, good wins and losses for the week. So let's transition a little bit. That was just an awful segue. I didn't know how to do it. Into a little bit of the main topic. So each week on the show, we're going to cover a couple topics. We're going to start off with our wins and losses, and then we're going to go into kind of a main topic for the week, and then we're going to close it up with something a little bit fun. So let's transition into the main topic. And I think since this is the first one, it's such a prevalent issue out there, and a lot of people have dealt with this in many different ways since we started this whole thing. And we're steering away from any sort of political discussion and how we got here and where we're going, whatever. The fact of the matter is that we've dealt with this pandemic now for 7 months. I mean, realistically, all year. I mean, it started in January, depending upon where you were at, even earlier than that. But it's affected all of us, and I've even seen a couple streamers talk about how it's impacted them. Ty the Rogue out there had a pretty impactful stream the other day talking about how his last few months have been, and it made me think. It's good to talk about, and I think it's good to get other people's perspectives of where we're at. It affects everybody in a different way, and so we want to kind of bring it up and discuss how the pandemic has affected us. Either severe or not so severe. It could be, something super impactful. It could be something very little, but just a change of routine that's really made us do something different or realize that, oh wow, maybe this wasn't as important before as it is now. But anyway, I just want to throw that out there. So really, the topic is how has the pandemic changed our lives in a nutshell? And maybe what do we do different now? As she points to her wine glass. the wine industry is really happy right now.
They love me.
But yeah, I'll kick it off too for your thoughts. We can do a little back and forth here. So what's been the biggest thing other than obvious? We can't go to restaurants. We can't get out of the house for the longest amount of time.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously, professionally, it was a big deal because gyms closed pretty much immediately, like the first thing that closed. So I had to learn how to teach. We pivoted pretty quickly, which was pretty cool. We were already doing a little bit of live stream stuff because we run a training program at my studio. So we pivoted pretty quickly, and we were shut down on like the 17th of March, and within like 5 days we were up and running. And we were teaching all of our clients virtually. So
let me ask. So Pilates is incredibly hands-on. You've really got to be in the face, right? I mean, how do you even?
Usually, I'm like literally, not in a creepy way, but touching people the whole time. You're usually, giving them what we would call touch cues or spotting, right? We do that a lot because we use a lot of equipment. People are sometimes hanging upside down and doing crazy things, and we can't do that anymore. So, but obviously we had no equipment unless people had equipment in their house. So that was the one thing that was going to change. We had to pivot everything to mat work. So we had to figure out how to keep it fresh, how to keep them engaged, how to keep them moving and healthy. And the funny thing that we found, and because we did it so quickly, a lot of gyms just didn't know what to do, and we're kind of like in this frozen state of crap. What do we do? We kept about 75 to 80% of our clients, and they kept paying for their packages and their privates and all those things. So we did privates, so we did group classes, and we found, especially because a lot of my clients are older, we found that they were kind of needing that community feeling and just having one normal thing in their life. And if that one normal thing is this pain in the ass telling them to do 100, do this, keep going, breathe. So whatever the things that I was telling them, if that was just making them feel a little bit more normal, and a lot of them have told us since then that they just felt a little sense of normalcy in a really weird, scary time. Plus, obviously being healthy, breathing. We talk about deep breathing all the time in Pilates, so it was really helpful that they were focusing on their breathing and calming things and keeping their body strong, especially older clients. And now we are back in the studio mostly, but we do have about I would say the 30% of our clients are still scared to come in, understandably, and we still do virtual. So now we do virtual, we do in person, and we do live stream. So we teach a class, and one person might be on, the mat, and one person in front of us, and one person might be on their mat at their house or whatever. So we've figured it out, but it was a huge change for me. And I guess, I'm sure it's everybody's job had to pivot. It's just a little more difficult in the fitness industry.
Did it complete? How did it affect the exercise though? So I'm assuming that you're a Pilates student in class. They're doing something incorrectly, or they're not doing the exercise as you want them to. And normally you'd go, and you'd go up and you'd touch their abdomen. So no, you need to focus on here and focus on this part of your core.
Drawing your shoulder.
How do you do that over the internet?
I had to
I would
learn
assume
how
if
to
you told me focus on your abdomen, and I don't know the difference from my abdomen and my rib cage.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had to get really creative. I had to. I think I actually became a better teacher. So my eye developed much better because I had to be like really eagle eye on them. No, I don't do the workout. I tell them what to do, and I'm watching what they're doing. So it helps that I wasn't doing it, and then they were, not paying any attention to what they were doing. So I was definitely, and I would have them say, move the camera. We'd stand, I'd have them check their posture against the wall a lot of times. So I'd have them move their laptop, phone, whatever they were using, to different angles so I could see how they were moving effectively and make sure they were moving functionally and keeping all of their alignment protocols, as we say in the Pilates industry. But yeah, so it was just, I learned how to become a much better instructor. I learned how to be much more focused on my client, and had to kind of filter out all the distractions in my house, my cat, my kids, one kid's speaking Russian, the other one's speaking, singing opera in Italian. And I'm like trying to teach, and we're all trying to live in this little environment and do it together. But it worked. We did it.
And I'm sure because they said it was an older clientele that there were no challenges with them connecting on Zoom and knowing how to use their webcam. And
You mean I didn't see a lot of this? Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, I'd be like, move. You gotta turn your, and they're just like this. Okay, can you see me now? Nope, still can't see you. Still not seeing you. Then I would just see feet sometimes, or just the top of somebody's head. No. So that was they learned though. I'm telling you what, my 70-year-old clients, my 70+ clients were pretty amazing. So they figured out how to use technology really fast.
that's awesome. And it's incredible. And like you said, you think you became a better instructor because of it. You really kind of understood your cues and probably perfected them by being more descriptive of how they need to do certain things.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there's days when I'm like, wow, I really suck today. But yeah, for the most part, it was good. And the clients inspired me. So, can't whine about my day when they're older and they can't see their grandkids and they can't get out of their house and they're scared to go to the grocery store, but they're tuning in to do Pilates 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm like, all right. So inspiring, definitely.
Nice. Yeah, I think for me, what I thought was going to be an incredibly simple transition ended up turning into some other kind of monster. I don't know if monster is the right word, but the situation that you just kind of didn't foresee. So being in IT, when we made the decision in March that, all right, everybody's going home, objective number 1 is getting my team to help these people when they go home and get connected. And it's amazing that square peg, round hole, and people were just trying to do the opposite, and I don't understand. But anyway, aside from those challenges, I was like, yeah, hey, we're good. We're IT. We can do our job 100% from home. Can't wait to not have to drive 1.5 miles into the office.
That awful commute of yours.
But I was looking forward to it. I'm like, great. I'm like, this is the life. I mean, I feel sorry this pandemic is going on, but man, this is not a bad gig. We can sleep in till 4 minutes till time to go. You wake up, you jump on the computer, you do your thing. You're on Teams call, you're on video chat. That's great. 5 o'clock ends, bam, we're done. That's it. But I think a lot of people probably got into this. Well, first of all, I want to say fortunate to have a job with so many people that were let go for a job. Yeah, and I meant to say that about yours. It's fortunate you're able to stay in the industry and stay teaching. We had a lot of hard workers in our industry that lost their jobs and they were negatively affected from it. And I feel horrible for those people. We bring up this topic and we're in a good place because of still have jobs, still in my apartment. I can still pay my bills, and I'm super thankful for that. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you in some certain sort of way. So, yeah, I think that grew into, there was that this dark lull of nothing going on. You're getting up, you're doing your work, you're going to sleep, you get up, you do your work. I'm sitting at the computer all day. I'm an avid sports watcher. In March and April and May, I would have watched everything from the NBA playoffs to the NHL playoffs, the Masters golf tournament, Brickyard auto race, whatever. It's sports. That's what goes on Saturday and Sunday. So now the TV's off, and now the days are literally just blending together. I mean, you don't know if it's Tuesday, if you don't know if it's Saturday, because all you're doing is just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I think you don't realize how much that affects you mentally, that you need to just to do something. So, I had to change and understand that, and we had this discussion at work that you now you have to physically break up your day. I was sitting in my chair all day. When you go to an office job, you still have the movement of you go to the parking garage, you walk to the office, you're in the office, you're walking back and forth, you're going to the break room, you're seeing somebody else, you're walking up and down steps, you're going out to lunch, you're coming back, whatever. Now you're not moving for 12 hours and you're just sitting in a chair. So I had to okay, 5 o'clock, we need to go do something. You got to go walk around the block. You got to just get out and move. And so it really made you look at your day and how you have to forcefully get yourself to motivate, or you're just going to sink into your chair. Yeah. Just you end up just a blob and you're done. So it really kind of took a different sort of mental fortitude to get through it. We have been through some things that are mentally challenging, but we took those on ourselves. If anybody doesn't know, we've run marathons before. That is a goal that you set out there and you go, okay, I've got to run 26 miles. How do I do it? I start with 1 mile today, and you work yourself up, and it's a goal that you work towards. But that's something you're willing and wanting to do. The pandemic was not something I was not willing and wanting to sit at my computer all day. I thought it was going to be great, but it turned out
you think it's so great.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, you tell me I can play games all day and just work and do whatever. No, it ends up. And I think the funny thing on the back end is, and it sounds stupid because people are dealing with a lot of stuff, but to just look at sports in America, NFL football is back. College football is back. And that used to be Saturdays and Sundays. And we're 2 weeks into this thing, and I haven't watched a single game, and I have no desire to.
It's amazing. That's huge for you.
Yeah, it's weird. And I think it, as dumb as that is, I think it makes you go back and go, okay, what am I spending my time on? And am I really spending quality time? And I think one thing that for me that I'm very fortunate to have done is actually start streaming, because through streaming, we found this incredible community of, a lot of different people across the world. And so there's such a value for me now, instead of on a Sunday, okay, I'm going to watch the Steelers game. I'm entertained by football. I like football. But more importantly, I would go into the office on Monday morning and I'd be able to talk to my coworkers about the game and go around and do whatever. I don't have that now. So I've kind of adjusted and said, you know what? I actually enjoy streaming, not as much for playing the games. I like video games. I like to watch games, I like to learn how to play them, whatever. But it's that camaraderie that you develop with all these
social
people.
interaction.
Yeah, the social interaction that we're missing, that now has kind of taken a different life. And I think
Definitely.
instead of being on a 9-to-5 job, you're forced into a group and you're forced to interact. They have classes, they have leadership sessions, everything on how you force a type A to work with a type B, and you've got to work together through the project. On Twitch, you're not forced for anything. You're choosing what you want. So you're choosing to go into a game, or you're choosing to stay in somebody's stream. So now you're in this like-minded community of people that have the same interests of you, and it's totally, there's no judgment. There's no I don't know how to say it. There's no everybody gets along. And I think we've been lucky to really find the community that we're in right now. But I'll tell you, I get more value out of firing up somebody's stream and watching and just interacting with them, see how their day is going, whatever, or vice versa, than I do watching a sports game on television. So I think it's
That's
kind of
awesome.
made me look at what are you doing? How are you best spending your time right now?
I mean, yeah, I've never would have. I actually used to make fun of my kids for being on Twitch. I'm like, what are you?
Right?
Look, you're watching somebody play a game. I don't understand. And then here I am, watching people play games every day.
Yeah, yeah, but I think it's different, and this is not negative in any way to any of the top streamers that are out there, and they're making a living doing what they're doing, and I think they're great, and I think it's awesome. Man, could you imagine like making a living off of playing video games? Holy crap, that was a dream of this 5-year-old kid, but they're doing it, and it's a great job, but I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy most of those big streams. I have one medium streamer that I really look up to and super enjoy. But he interacts with his chat, and a lot of those big time streamers are really just not interacting. And I get the value of interacting with people, and just, yeah, it's that social interaction that maybe it's a result of the pandemic. In some crazy way, it's been a positive that's brought all of these people together, and you really
Yeah,
realize,
it's
oh,
cool.
somebody's, we've got people in Malaysia, Australia, Germany, Canada, across the world, and you kind of understand how it impacts them, and I think it's been good, and I think it's been positive for everyone.
And
So
refreshing. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to meet people from all over, and to kind of take a break from. There's a lot of noise out there right now. If you turn on the news, if you turn on the radio, I know
oh,
radio, what's that?
I mean,
But
well, you know what we would have been doing tonight if we wouldn't have found this. We'd be sitting there watching the TV, watching protests and talking about whatever, and it's great to just kind of shield off and
I
enjoy
need a
ourselves.
little breather from that once in a while. I still check it out.
Well, you still
Need a
got to
little
keep up with
breather.
what's going on, but it's nice to have a little blocker out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that I think that used to be the blocker that may have run out kind of quickly was just streaming Netflix or streaming HBO. And so, how about that's a much better segue into the
Good
next and
segue.
next and final segment. And I think what happened is pandemic hits. We run to Netflix. We're streaming every show that's out there. We're going back to back to back to back to back. I watched some of the best shows I've ever seen in March and April, but I just ran through them. And when May comes, I'm on Reddit trying to find more stuff to watch. So I think that
Hmm.
avenue's kind of been exhausted, but there's still some great stuff out there. So one of the segments we want to do tonight, and this will be the final segment, is just kind of a what to watch, because we saw, man, I saw one of the craziest documentaries that I've ever seen, and the reason why we're bringing it up tonight is because it took place literally in Amy's backyard. So now I forget,
True.
it's Action Park,
Class Action Park.
Class Action Park. So there was a theme park located up in New Jersey, and I believe this is on HBO right now. But it's a
Yeah.
Class Action Park, and I was shocked at the craziness that went on.
Insanity.
This wasn't Cedar Point, Kings Island, some of the major theme parks across the world. This was literally some jabroni building an alpine slide down a hill. And if you don't know what an alpine slide is, it's a concrete. If you think about a bowling alley gutter, that's what it is, only it's concrete. And then you
That's
take
exactly
this
what it
little
is.
thing that's like a sled, and you sit on it, and it has a stick in the middle, and all that stick is a brake, and then they just shove you down the hill. And
Yeah.
the brake doesn't work. So now you're flying, and you're watching the documentary, people being yeeted off the side of this alpine slide,
Into rocks.
slamming headfirst into rocks. It was crazy. They had people in a giant ball rolled down a hill. They went on interstate, whatever it was, in Jersey, just going across the interstate. They had the boats, little speed boats that went around in a circle that they never cleaned out the pond. So it was just gasoline pit with all this vapor. There's snakes in the water and stuff. And people are going there and just going every summer
Yep.
and having the time of their lives. So if you haven't seen this thing, Class Action Park, you have to see it. But what did you? Now you had people who worked there, right? Did you go to this place? What's your
I
take on
did.
this?
Yeah, I did. I spent a little bit of time there. So it was about, I could walk to it from my house, and it was right off of Route 23 Route 94 in Vernon, McAfee, New Jersey. And my brother worked there, my sister worked there, every guy I dated in high school worked there. Some of them were on that we were. I'm
Were
watching
there
this and going,
any
oh
in
my
the
God.
documentary?
Yeah,
There were.
there were several. Yeah. We're not going to say which ones. You guys can figure that one out yourself. So yeah, I was like watching, I was like, oh God. So it all took place in the 80s, primarily from like the I'm going to say maybe early 80s, late 70s to the early 90s, because they had so many lawsuits, they eventually had to close down. But yeah, spent some time there. I was always horrified by it. The Tarzan swing was terrifying, and the wave pool was the most dangerous wave pool ever known. And the guys I knew that were lifeguards at the wave pool, they were all guys because they were making, I forget how many saves per, like every time the wave pool went, they'd be like diving in. They had to what did they say in the thing? They had to paint something, one of the areas they had to paint the bottom white because so they could see all the bodies that
See
were
the bodies.
had dropped to the bottom so they could save them. Yeah, no, it was crazy. So anyway, yeah, I spent a little time there, a little bit, but I didn't work there because I didn't want any part of that nightmare.
Yeah, it was insane because the whole
So,
place was run. It wasn't run by adults. It was run by the same kids that went to the park. So
yeah,
it was 21-year-old kids. They would show up, and I think you
Wait a
said
minute.
that they
Who are
that you
you?
said that they paid to get they paid well to get a job there. So now they're working there. They won't even ask if anybody in the park even knows how to swim. They're just sitting them on a lifeguard thing. And the lifeguards,
with
a water, like one of those you're sitting the round
yeah,
raft things, and you're going
like
down
a
like this
water
white water
raft
thing or
ride.
whatever. Well, it was never
Yeah,
tested or whatever, and so all these people, like all the rafts are like slamming into each other, and people are just
people are
in the
getting
bottom of the
flipped
water and they
out
can't
and
get up.
yeah,
The lifeguard just sitting there, just
twirling his
twirling his
whistle.
whistle, not doing a single thing.
I'm
There,
not even sure these kids were actually certified lifeguards. Some of them, to
oh,
be
none
honest
of
with
them.
you.
There was the documentary starts off with the loop. They had they had a water slide tunnel that had a loop in it, and they didn't test it. They had it goes down almost vertical, and you're in this tube. And when you're in the tube, all of a sudden the tube goes through a loop and then yeets you out into the middle of this water. And what they didn't
Yeah,
understand was people were like getting injured at the top of the tube. Like they would slam at the top and then they'd come down and they'd come out bloody. And so the original testers, like the guy was there, like giving them $100 or, hey, thanks for testing this thing out. Looks like we're a go. That's it.
yeah.
They don't have to
They said it
report anything
depended.
back.
Like it had to be like the perfect weight person to not either get stuck in the tube or not hit goes too fast that you would hit the top of it. So they had teeth were stuck in it, and people were coming out scratched up because other people's teeth were stuck in the top of it.
It's
And
true. They
that's
had
true.
scratches on their arms, not from the ride, but from the teeth that were logged into the top of the thing. No, it was absolutely insane. And you're watching it, and the crazy thing is you watch it, and it's hilarious. And it gets up to a point where you're about halfway through, and then it kind of takes a serious turn where the guy that got yeeted off the Alpine slide, he hit the rock, he has brain damage, and he died. And then there was the most insane wave pool that you've ever seen anywhere. People were
Several people died in that.
Several people died in it, and they're just covering, and this thing went on for years. It operated for what, 15, 20 years before they shut this thing down. It was
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, it's worth checking out if you want to see the insanity in my backyard.
Literally in your backyard. And
Yeah,
it was, and I think it kind of, it for us, it kind of harkened back, and it's kind of a good watch to understand that life in the 80s was a little bit different than what life has been in the 90s and forward. Of there was no Twitch, there was no computer, there was no internet, there was no mobile phone, there was no Netflix, there was no music you download off the internet, there was no anything. You basically just gathered as kids. You went out in the morning and you went and did your thing,
not
and
wilding.
you're just wilding, and you're just you hopefully you're home at 8, or when it got dark, when the street light, mom said when the street lights come on, you're to be home. If you're home, you get dinner. If you're late, you're grounded and you don't get dinner. So I guess I'll be home. But these kids were just leaving in the morning and going to Action Park and endangering their lives who nobody knew.
Parents said no.
But it was definitely a throwback to a different time, and a different
Yeah, for
existence.
sure.
And it's like, wow, how did we survive when we didn't have any internet or phones or I mean,
Drinking
people
out.
literally weren't on the internet then. You would just try to call your friends or go to your friend's house and say, "Hey,
So the
let's."
phone with the phone stuck to the wall.
The phone
You had
stuck.
to like walk around with a cord. It would like travel around your house.
The
You try to
greatest
find a
thing is
corner
when
where nobody was so
the
you could
greatest
talk.
thing is when they had the cordless phone. And
It was
and
that-
I sold electronics, so people would come in and you're like explaining cordless phone technology to them. Like, no, you don't need a wire, you don't need a cord between the handset and the base.
How
No,
does
no,
this
no, no, no.
how does this madness work? Well, I remember the first remote control for the TV was corded to the TV, and it was this huge box with buttons you push down.
It was totally
And it
wired
clicked.
to the TV.
Yeah, so we're old. Yeah.
But the great thing
Yeah.
about the corded remote though is you never lost the remote.
Ah, yes.
So it
Yeah,
was-
you never lost the remote. I mean, but you would break it because the cord would get all frazzled or whatever you call it. Like me. I'm old like the remote.
oh, like the remote.
That's why my dad still calls it a clicker because it clicks.
Because it
You
was
would
a
hit
clicker.
the
That's
thing.
what you called it. It was the clicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally
clicked.
did. It was not automated at all. You couldn't talk into it and say anything. It was like click and you hoped it worked.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah. Class Action Park, if you have availability to see it, 100% recommend it. It is super entertaining documentary. It's the craziest theme park that I've ever seen out there. And highly recommended. So if you're looking for
Figure out
some,
which guys I dated.
so that's it. So listen, in Discord, if you do watch the show, if you give us a timestamp and a description of the person, we'll let you know if Amy actually dated that person in high school. She says she's not in the documentary, but I'm currently going through a freeze frame to try to pick her out.
You might see me in there somewhere. I'll have a banana clip on and really big puffy hair.
The other thing they had, like, people they never checked to see if people could swim or not, so they're just throwing them into this ice cold water off a Tarzan swing, and they wouldn't know how to swim. What do you do? It's the craziest thing ever.
It's insanity. It's real too.
All
Check
right,
it out.
good. So listen, during our normal podcast, we want to open up the end to question and answer. Because this is the first one, we don't have any question and answer because we haven't done anything. But I tell you what, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're watching tonight, we'd encourage you, if you know about it, to go to my Discord, !Discord if you're in live chat right now. You can go there, and there is a channel for Over the Hump. We would love to hear your suggestions about content you would like to see. If you have questions that you would like to ask us, literally any topic that is PG, we'll be happy to discuss and answer for you guys on the next episode.
PG-13. Yeah.
PG, I would go PG-13. I mean, we could reach into R, but there's some stuff that picking out who she dated is probably the end of the line. We're not going into what kind of dates were they. Do you know anything about the administrative center at Action Park? I mean, mum's the word. But that's kind of how we'll wrap up each week. But I just want to give you a heads up. Would love to have you there. If you are listening to this somewhere
dog?
outside of Twitch, there is a dog outside of my apartment right now in the hallway, and it is not mine.
Okay. Aw.
But
get him.
if you're not on Twitch, don't have access to the Discord, you can actually reach us on Twitter. At Over the Hump Show is the Twitter handle. We'd love that you can pop on there, add us, and let us know what you would like to see. We would love to get your feedback and incorporate that into future shows. So with that, we'll wrap up for this week. This has been entertaining and fun.
Love you guys.
Yeah, we live stream this for anybody who listens to it. We have a wonderful Twitch audience who's dealt with our banter now for an hour. We're gonna go hang out with them for a minute, but we appreciate everyone listening. Hopefully, we'll be back soon with another episode. And in the meantime, take care, and we will see all of you again very soon. Thanks for checking us out, and thanks for listening tonight. And we've killed the audio. All right. So there you go. There you go. Hey, chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Thank you. I feel like I have to scroll back to all the commentary.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go watch and see everything. I was trying to keep one eye on chat to see what was going on. I appreciate you guys are going back and forth with a lot of stuff. That was really cool to see. Rim, we'll see you. Rim's getting out of here. Thanks for checking out, tuning in tonight. I know that Halarpino, there's a lot of people out there. I want to shout out to him. I know him personally. If you're still out there, thank you very much for the follow. Enjoy the gifted sub from Chailu. I'll talk to you soon. I can't respond to every single thing that was in the chat, but all I can say is knowing, watching the count and knowing that the count stayed steady and that you guys are interactive.
Thank you guys.
That
Thank
was
you.
awesome. And we'd appreciate your feedback.
We weren't too boring.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not funny. They're not gonna want to listen to me. But he's like, you're fine.
I was like, I'm like, we got 1 week maybe in the bank that people will stick around. We'll see what happens when we do it the next time.
Yeah.
But really, if you do want to see us talk about something or you have a topic, hit us up in Discord and let us know what you'd like to see.
Yeah.
I hope Tyler, that was so hype. I get to be a surprise guest sometime. I have got yeah, absolutely. We can bring you guys in. I'm happy to have had the opportunity to even do something like this with you guys out there supporting us. I really appreciate it. Just you being here has been awesome. We've talked about doing some sort of podcast for a long time, but it was always like you got to lock into a concept, and I'm like, let's just wing a couple things together and see what happens.
We've been talking about it for like 5 years.
For a long time. We've trashed so many ideas.
We just start. We'll drink and talk, and we'll be like, "Oh, this would make a great podcast," and then we're just like, "Yeah, never mind. That was."
So all right.
We are.
So let's see. Tyler inaugural podcast, Cinemonster. That was so good, guys. Thank you, Cinnamon. Nez said it was fun. Jazz, what's up, Jazz? It was
hey,
so
Jazz. Cute. I'm sorry. So you popped in. That's awesome.
You guys have like mad conversational chemistry. Thanks, Tyler. It was an easy watch. Don't let your dreams be memes.
Don't let the teeth hit you on the way out of the.
Don't let the teeth hit you on the way out of the loop. I'm serious though, guys. If you have access to HBO or
seriously watch it.
I don't know, like outside of the country, I don't know what that's like, but if you have any access to watch this thing, man, it was a crazy documentary.
Mm-hmm. Don't let the teeth hit you on the way out the loop.
And it was the inaugural. I mean, what a week, man. We had the inaugural Zooted face cam reveal that went super well. Congrats, Zooted. He got his first hype train. He got a big raid today. Zooted, congrats, man. Your stream is going so good. Is there a premium podcast where you find that dog in the hallway? It would be like investigative journalism with a doggo at the end. Tyler, I feel like I'm glad to know you don't have better counter marble than I do. No, but one of my lights in the bottle burn out.
It went out.
Through. Yeah.
They don't last long at all.
They don't. That was somebody's idea. I'm not going to point fingers at who, but it was somebody's idea. And they're great. They just don't last that long. Like
they don't last long. You have to like order a whole bunch of the batteries from Amazon and just keep replacing them.
They give you like $10. It was my first opportunity to use them. So we have a dog.
Thank you, Nez.
Yeah, Boom King. We have a dog park on top. The top floor of the parking deck is a dog park. They put artificial grass and stuff on it and 3 different pens. You can put large dog and small dog, and man, it's awesome. Yeah, anytime we want to pet doggos, we just go up there. So much love for you two. Great conversation, candid and lively. Love to get to know you better. Thanks, Nez. And the Amy reveal. Heck yeah. See, I had to get her comfortable because, you know, the Tarkov stream is coming soon. I'm trying to talk her into Among Us. So now's the time to make it happen.
No, I don't think I can play.
No, you can.
It'd be really disastrous. It'd be awful.
All right, let's see. But I appreciate you guys even checking this thing out. I hope it semi lived up to the hype. I tend to exaggerate things a little bit, and I really made it out to be like it was way better than what it was going to be. Uh-oh.
It's not even half.
Wait, Amy, I'm pretty sure you only finished half the bottle. You know, you were too busy talking. The night is young.
Yeah. I did not even bring out the Jersey accent tonight. It was good. I don't think so anyway. Sometimes it just comes out.
Tyler's like, finish it. I'm sure the morning Pilates participants will love that.
No. I have an electrician showing up in the morning, so.
Electrician? What's going on with the electrician?
Wouldn't you like to know?
What's not working in the home? How did this not come up?
So many things. No, actually, I am getting the electrical panel. This is very exciting stuff. I'm getting the electrical panel wired so that the generator can there'll be a plug right outside, and just when the power goes out, you plug the generator in and everything in my house will work.
Oh, nice.
Finally.
Nice.
So, yeah. Is he going to fix your wiring? I'm not sure that's even possible at this stage in my life, Ty. I don't think it's even possible to fix my wiring. It's pretty shot. Need a whole panel replacement for my wiring.
Tyler's like, what's a morning? That's that time of day when you go to bed. All right. Yeah. I don't see anyone. You guys let me know. I thought I follow a lot of people. I don't see anybody streaming live right now. Do you guys have anybody you know? We could send a little Ray Dorino over to and send you guys over to the stream. I'm open to some suggestions for some wholesome streams out there. If not, we'll close down the show, but I would love to. You got Stone Wolf TTV. She's pretty cool. We can do that. Jelly, but she's doing Doki Doki. What's that mean? But she's doing Doki Doki. Nez, have you played Doki Doki?
Oof, mine's not wholesome.
She's playing Assassin's Creed 4. There's an awesome streamer right now, and I'm Skojo. Boom King, you're the man, dude.
Aww.
I'm
yeah, you could stream.
No,
we'll just stay and raid you.
Yeah, we are calling it a night here after this. This was fun. All right, hang on here. Let me do some magic.
Work the magic.
Or as Nez would say, let me do some streamer things. Hang on 1 second. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me take care of some streamer things.
In the calm, soothing voice of Nez.
We need Nez every morning.
I know. Every time I get mad, I'm just like, I just need to find a Nez stream and just watch it for a second and be like, okay, you can do this. Don't be angry at anything.
You know what?
Exactly, right? The angelic voice of Nez.
What is hang with me just a second, guys. I'm figuring this out. Keep them entertained, Amy. Thank you. Dance,
that
I
entertaining. Dance, damn it. I mean, I will, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, Wednesdays are kind of quiet, right?
Yeah, they are. It's like there's a gap in the community.
I mean, Sweet was streaming and Zuda were streaming earlier. I was popped in on those guys. They were having great streams.
I don't see.
There's, yeah. I mean, we think there's gonna be more. If anybody wants there to be more, we're not sure how much people want to hear what we have to say. We just like to hear ourselves talk sometimes, and we're just like, people might want to hear this. Oh yeah, Boom King. He should, right? Audiobooks and meditation guides.
Oh, I'd 100% watch it or listen to it.
Okay.
Nez rated me into rating Sweet into Sweet rating Skojo.
Okay. No, don't
I know
climb
it's
the
the community.
fucking wall. What
It's
the
the
fuck
community.
are you doing?
All right, hang on.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Can you follow? Here we go. All right, so Nez rated me into me rating Sweet into Sweet rating Skojo. That's hilarious. All right, look, Zooted was the first one to pop up, and Zooted, you've had a great week of streams. I would love to support your friend. I don't know her. I just gave her a follow. She's probably like, who the fuck is that guy? Well, let's give a raid over to Stonewolf TTV and check it out. New person. I have not watched her before, so I'm kind of excited. We can see what's going on. Assassin's Creed's a good game. Hang on, let me get this set up. I actually have a raid command too now that works, since we have that cool chair that Sweet made for us.
Fire chair.
I know nothing about her, so I don't know if it's a PG, if it's R or whatever. We'll just go raid her, and she'll be like, "What's up, Zooted? I hope you let her know that we know you."
Hey, thanks, Tyloo, by the way.
Yeah, there's the raid.
So much
Huge
support
props
all
to
the time for
Tyloo, dude.
everybody.
Yeah, but yeah. Before we go, thank you guys again for being here. We
Yeah.
appreciate the support. I know Amy appreciates the support. What a great community, and it's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you,
Mama's heart proud.
Tyloo. You gifted 6 more subs. You're just a madman. I swear. I'm taking you out to dinner one night very soon. I owe you some love, dude. You showed so much love in the channel. I really appreciate it. And if we go out to dinner somewhere, we don't have to worry about the stupid fire alarm going off. All right. So thank you guys for being here. I'm waiting for the raid now button to click on. Hope you guys have a good night, good morning,
night,
good
good
day.
morning.
We're going to click on this raid.
Good
Let's go
afternoon.
show her some love since she doesn't know who we are.
Yeah.
All right, now we got to pull her up. She's 7 subs away.
I'm sorry.
From
I
50.
don't have enough tables. We cannot accommodate a party of 14.
We can't,
Oh my gosh.
we cannot accommodate a party of
hi.
14.
Hello, Skojo Raid. How are you guys? Hello. Hold on. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. We're having an unusual night playing Assassin's Creed. Skojo, what were you streaming? How was your stream?